Ryan and Kevin, they're spitting the truth, keeping it real, keeping it orange and blue. Talking recruit, who's next in line? Line our pride, it's about that time. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue. From the court to the field, every play, every step. Debating the cause where the game is at. Who's rising, who's falling, who's making the cut. Line 9 for life, never stuck in the rut. Okay, recruiting buzzer got the inside line. Post game chatter, they're always on time. Breaking it down, they're the voices you trust. Orange and blue, yeah, they repping for us. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. So tune in, lean back, let the wisdom flow. Ryan and Kevin with the knowledge they throw. Line 9 Nation, this one's for you. Forever proud, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. Orange and blue, orange and blue, yeah. Orange and blue, orange and blue, yeah.
Welcome to another episode. Keeping It Orange and Blue. Obviously, a good weekend for Kevin. Good weekend for me. A great weekend if you're a Cub fan, a Bear fan, and an Illini fan. So we appreciate you joining us, tuning in for Keeping It Orange and Blue. So much to discuss, Kevin. But, man, this has to be one of your top 10 maybe sports weekends.
Yeah, it was probably better than that. Obviously, it's capped off by beating who I consider the arch rival in basketball. And I know that there's some folks that might not feel that way, and it's all based on probably age. There's guys who are older than me who still say Indiana. There are folks who are younger than me who might say Purdue. Like Ryan, I don't know where you lean, but for me, I just Iowa and the crap that was pulled by Bruce Pearl with Deion Thomas derailed Illinois from probably winning the national championship and shortened Lou Henson's career, damaged Jimmy Collins' career. And so I will forever hate them. And then, and they brought in guys like Steve Altford, who I couldn't stand. It's actually funny. I kind of like Fran. And I like that Brad and him have a good relationship. I thought he was entertaining. I like the brand of basketball he played from a watch standpoint. I would not want my team to be coached that way. And he found gems. Like how many 3-star studs did that guy find? The Murray brothers, the Garza, the Sanford brothers, like these. But yeah, it's great to beat them. And I don't have anything against Ben McCollum yet. I don't know how long he'll be at Iowa. I believe he's got a good team. I don't believe they're that good, but it was a greit's win. So, you get the Cubs sign Bregman, the Bears battle back, the Illini win, the women win. It's a great weekend, great sports weekend. So,
yeah,
handle business. Like I was always hanging on to I was always hoping we could be 17-2 when we played Purdue undefeated in the Big Ten, and Nebraska derailed that. And we're finding out that's a really, really good basketball team, right?
You might have to settle for 16-3, Kev.
Yeah, I'm all right. But you know what? I mean, they got a tough one against Northwestern. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But now, hey, dude, 3 road wins out of your first 5 games in conference. It's a good spot to be. So.
And obviously, as Kevin is alluding to, Illinois takes down a good. I think this is a good. By the way, Sean Garner always on top of it. I love him.
Hey, real quick with Sean, I'm taping the Chargers-Patriots game. Please don't tell me the score, bud. Thanks.
Yeah.
And Nathan, I did get some golf in this week. It's been really, really unseasonably warm here in Oklahoma, so I was able to hit the course for a little bit. So.
So we appreciate all the commentary in here. We always try to answer as many people as we can in here, and Sean is our status what is it
he's the first one in, man. He's the first.
He's one of the first guys in. He always updates us on if anything's going on.
Something's happening. He's tuned in, man.
We appreciate it. Sometimes we don't need you to ruin the scores of things.
I know I'm a weirdo. Dude, Ryan, I mean, how many times do you text me during an Illinois basketball game, and then I'll text you after the game's over, or a football game? Like today, dude, I'm in church. Like church was at 11 o'clock today. I watched the game completely on delay. And so I watch most games on delay. I actually enjoy it. It kind of takes the stress out of it a little bit in some respects.
So, like, Illinois could have a big win, and in the middle of it, I'll be like, I think we're going to pull it out, Kev. And then 3 hours later, yeah. I'm like, and that was like, dude. I was like, it's 5 p.m., man. I'm eating a pizza, dude. Yeah, I mean.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm excited. But anyway, so Illinois did what they needed to do today. As Kevin said, I don't know how, this isn't a great Iowa team, but let's just keep it real, though. They played Iowa City and Ames and really were the better team for quite a bit of it.
35 minutes.
Yeah, so this is a good Iowa team. I think, they lost a close one at Minnesota, Minnesota's going to clip a lot of teams in Minneapolis, but
yes,
this Iowa team was up on UCLA by like 30 at one point, by the way, last week.
That's true. Yep.
At home. So this team, Iowa, is going to be an NCAA tournament team. This is going to be a really good win in March. That's what really matters. They play a very tight, quick passing, backdoor cutty, type of. It's kind of like Bill Carmody, but like better players, right? I
actually think that Ben McCollum's style, if he ever got his players in there, they're going to look a lot like Bo Ryan's Wisconsin teams.
Okay, I disagree with Casey Aaron. I don't think Iowa's a bubble team at all. I think their net's going to be too good, and when the boils down to it, metrics and all that stuff matter. And by the way, as many guys have alluded to in the media, 10 wins in the Big Ten this year with how good it is, it's going to get you into the NCAA tournament. Sean Harrington's even said +1 is going to put you in the NCAA tournament this year with basically, I think +1's meaning more than likely you have to win 10 to 11 Big Ten games. So
yeah,
I think with how good and deep this league is metric-wise, I think Iowa is not going to be a bubble team. So now Illinois got off to an 8-0 start. I think they said it was 29-11, but I'm pretty sure it was 29-13. Illinois, I think that 17 was the most Illinois was up. That was 58-41, and that was after a Kylin Boswell 3. We saw some different runs here, and it was an interesting one too, Kevin. So the game looked kind of put away, right, with like 10 minutes left in the second half, and then they took Sturtz out, right, and then they got better.
Yeah, it was. I think it threw the Illini defense out of whack, to be honest with you.
Because with Sturtz in the game, they play a specific way.
100%. They went small. They almost removed all the big level players.
Yeah.
And that's where they started really hitting us on the backdoor cuts. Was it Banks? Guy was awesome. How many dunks did that guy have? Illinois adjusted a little bit. You saw we went Merck, I think, at the 5 and Rickhouse at the 4, because the one challenge that I have with Illinois when we do that, even though, man, our points per our second half offense, if you look at the game, because we were up big in the first half, you'd say, well, we played better in the first half. We 100% played better defense in the first half. We played better offense in the second half and worse defense. I don't understand why we can't abuse teams with size when they go to small lineups from an offensive perspective that make them want to adjust to us on that. And it's really Tommy's still struggling. Like, he's really slow to recognize the dig, and he doesn't have a counter. He doesn't have a counter if he can't go over his right shoulder with his left hand. Like, he is 21, 22 years old. He really needs to work at getting a pump over the right shoulder, rotate on that pivot foot, and go up with the right hand over the left shoulder. He's got to get that. We saw Andrei Stojakovic do that. We got to adjusted, moved, rotate. Like, Tommy's got to have a counter post move. If Tommy gets a counter post move, Illinois could be really effective in the middle. And he's hurting his NBA prospects right now.
He is, and at this rate, I expect both the Ivišić brothers to come back next year. So
yeah, Zvonimir certainly seems like he's having fun. Tommy seems like, Tommy's a great teammate. Tommy's one of the first guys out there. Congratulate. He loves Keaton Waggler. Like, it just like he loves that dude.
And Jake Davis is his boy. They're roommates.
All right.
Yeah. So what I agree. So
hey, Jake Davis had 1 steal. That's the only thing he did more than me today in 12 minutes on the floor. So
he didn't shoot it, did he?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
and the steal was somebody tipped the ball, and I'm not crying. Like, I just
hey, sometimes he has to play though. You can't. It's okay.
It's just those are Ty Rodgers minutes, man. Let's be real here.
Yeah, but Ty Rodgers isn't ready yet. And,
I know.
But, I will say Tomislav is still in some sort of slog. Not sure what's going on. I think
only 2 rebounds.
Yeah, when he gets in the game, they throw him the ball on the post, and I'm thinking, I said this today. So after the first one where they just took it from him, I was like, why are we throwing it to him again down there? I know, that was a thing last year where we could work through. This year we don't need to do that. But anyway, the second time they threw it to him down there, I told my daughter who was watching it, I was like, this is a turnover.
He's just slow to recognize the dig, man. And
he's crab dribbling into the lane with 2 guys, and I'm thinking, this isn't going to end well.
Kick out, repost, like something. He and listen, I mean, he made a 3 today, but I still have ultimate confidence in him when he takes that outside perimeter shot.
Yeah,
I think I probably have more confidence in him than he does, and I think that'll come back. I think KC, Aaron, I think that's going to come back. I think Tommy will figure it out. I just have confidence in him.
Now, to people who showed up today, obviously we'll do a little champagne toast today. We haven't done that in a while. We're going to do it for today, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, Keaton Waggler was special as he always is. But David Mirkovic, how about that? I think he
led the team in rebounds and assists.
Yeah, he was 2 late layups that he should have made away from a double-double.
And I think he was fouled on both of them.
Yeah, and I saw
we could get into that, man. Holy
the referee, what was it? My boy Ked Prince said this was one of the worst officiated games he's ever seen. I was like,
Ked had his son and his grandson at the house, and they left early because of Ked's language he said on the Illini guys post game podcast.
You can't have a hook and hold there, and then you can't not call the over the back on Big Z that knocks him over on the right.
You can't call it travel because the guy knocks him on the ground. Now the other one I think was a legit travel.
Yeah, but the first one was not. The first one was clear over the back, bumping him and pushed him to the ground. But then how many times in the lane did either Wagler or Stojakovic get mugged and there was no call?
And Mirkovic, because if they would have called those fouls with Mirkovic at the goal where he missed those couple and he was looking for it too, we would have ate because Iowa had nobody that could handle him down there.
No.
Nobody. He got a ball one time on Coke, whatever his name is.
Yeah, KJ Cock.
Yeah, the Illinois kid, right? He's
yep.
Yep. And he just was like, that's just food. That's just food. And so that's one of the things that you can look for, like as this team gets continually, they're going to find mismatches. And we saw it with Andre in the first half. We saw it with Kylin at times. We saw it with Wagler at times. Wagler's just he doesn't shoot enough.
It's like he seems like a super humble kid. Like you see all these like top 10 lottery pick things, and none of them have Wagler on them. Hello.
Who's your favorite player?
Who's your favorite player on the team?
I don't know.
You said it was number 23.
I don't even know who that is.
Keaton Waggler.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
You like Bam Bam. You like Boswell, don't you? Bam Bam.
Bam Bam is the name of a girl at my school, and she's mean to me.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like you better be having a parent-teacher conference, Kev. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I would say with that, so Mirkovic, he's thriving in his role, right? We needed him to find that and be comfortable with it. He was pressing after he had his 27-21 game to do that every game. I think Brad and them have him reined in to say, we don't need you to do that every game.
Nope.
So Hummerkaus, by the way, you want to talk about a shitty foul call. How about on Hummerkaus?
On his block?
But he's straight up.
It was a great block.
And they called a foul on him and gave him 2 free throws. So he was rebounding, getting a block. He had a block or 2, I think. Yeah. Played really good defense, I think, today. Didn't make his shot, but it was everything but in, Kev.
Oh, dude. Oh, yep.
And that would have put the game away, too. I think that was
it would have been nice.
3 minutes even. And we were up 8 or 9. That would have put it away. But so how about Stojakovic doing his thing? Sometimes I will say, and they even alluded to it on the commentary with Steve Smith. How does a guy who is that good of a finisher with contact around the rim told to tone it down? And like sometimes when do you pick and choose it, when to do it? I think a couple times he forces it in the lane there when you don't need to. And it gets in from him or blocked or something like that.
Honestly, I think this team in some respects is looking for some more like fast break opportunities.
Yeah.
And please don't come screaming at me. I'm not saying he's Terrence Shannon, but he's got some Terrence Shannon-like abilities in the fact that like in the open floor and his ability to get to the rim, he's not as fast. He's not as vertical. He's more skilled at finishing, I think. I really, honestly, if Andres gets a rebound, I don't want him passing. I want him to just go. Like I think that, or our outlets, we should be looking for him because I believe that's a way for us to create some easy offense. I really believe that we could do more of that. And also, I really like him engaged offensively. The one thing he really needs to work on, I think anybody who watches him play, is when he starts getting downhill and he starts getting eyeballs on him, he misses huge opportunities for some kickouts. He's got to work on getting some ability to dish, drive, see the double team, see the help defense coming over, kick, find a guy. Like you get Tommy rolling, you get him doing that. This offense would be this could be the best offense in America.
But the one guy I haven't mentioned, I did mention it to your daughter. Kylin Boswell was great today. How
about that pass to Zvonimir?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. How about his defense on Sturts?
Oh, just absolutely just shut his water off. The sleepers guys were criticizing him in the preview about like, oh, is this going to be another one where Kylin Boswell gets torched and has to get taken off a guy? I'm like, Kylin Boswell got torched by one guy all year. Yeah. Bruce Thornton. He wasn't guarding Price Sanford.
He didn't guard Price Sanford all game. He only guarded him a couple times.
He wasn't guarding solo ball.
No.
He was on Demery. Like, can we stop it with this? Like, and listen, I honestly think when Kylin has to carry a bigger load on the scoring end, I've said it on the show, I think his defense may suffer a little bit. But he took that Bennett Sturts shit today personally, and I love seeing it. He actually, dude, Bennett Sturts have nightmares about Kylin Boswell tonight.
Yeah, I think he had 2 or 3 steals on Sturts today.
Yep, and got one they called a foul. It was just terrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But anyway, so Boswell today, when he's playing like that, even though he had one, I think was all the way in. He had a couple shots. We had a couple threes today. They were all the way in, but it didn't go in.
Still shot 36%. That's where this team needs to be.
He's making open shots. You love to see that. I think when he is at his best, he's not pump faking the first time he gets the ball when he's open. It's like, just let it fly, dude. Just let it fly. So, Illinois ended up finishing off 75-69. As Brad Underwood mentioned in his post-game press conference, something that I love to see too is how poised the team was in those moments where it didn't rattle them that they got it down to 6 or even 4. And that situation at the end of the game with the hook and hold, to me, man, that was so like you go from a foul call. I saw the hook, but he did not hold. They were both armed. They both had their arms like this. There's no way Wagler was holding him.
It's a rule. It's like targeting, especially with the replay and targeting. You can look at a replay and targeting and say, "Hey, listen, I don't believe he was intentionally going for the guy's head. The guy dropped his head and shoulder," and they need to put that in there. And I think that's the same thing with the hook and the hold. Like this was not a play where Keaton Waggler was trying to hook and hold him. Like he was getting thrown to the ground and he was grabbing on for dear life. I fast forwarded through. I'm like, there's no way they're calling this that. And the next thing I know, whatever his name, shooting free throws. I'm like, what the?
But you know what though, Kev? The most beautiful ball don't lie moment was Sturts missing the layup.
Yep.
I was like, ball don't lie, baby. And guess what? Guess who affected that shot without even having to jump?
Zvonimir.
Big Z. Because guess
he
what?
Has that effect, man.
He was expecting him to come and attempt to block it, but he didn't.
Casey, Aaron, I agree. Wagler is so good, still flying under the radar. I was watching college basketball game day yesterday morning, and they're not on campus yet, and they were just talking about all the freshmen that are on the wooden list.
I was trying to say that. The top 5, and they don't even have him in it.
Right, and who's the guy who's not getting the love on here? And of course, they went with Acuff from Arkansas, and then they went with the guy from Stanford. I can't remember his name. That guy's actually going on the radar. What's it?
Koji, something like that.
Yeah, like that guy is like, I haven't even heard of him until that. So I agree with that sentiment that he's flying under the radar. But I'm like, how do you have Nate Ament on the wooden list above Keaton Waggler? Mind blowing to me, but whatever.
And then
or Ant Wright doesn't have him on either the first, second, or third all Big Ten teams. Whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw one of my tweet today. I said, and anybody that doesn't have him is on a first, second, or third team all Big Ten, I can't roll with it. I can't respect it. You don't know what you're talking about. And as much as I think guys like Ant Wright know their shit, how could you not have the best freshman in the league not in the top 15 fucking players?
How many points would he score playing for Iowa?
Exactly. How many points would he score playing for Michigan State?
Right. He's playing on a team where you've got guys who Andrej Stojakovic averaged 18 points a game at the Division I, but Power 5, Power 4 level last year. Right? Like he's playing with guys. Tommy averaged 13 a game last year. Kylin averaged 12 a game. He's got so many guys on this team because he doesn't shoot the ball enough. And I don't know if you really want him to. So
I think first off, I think what his comment is on here, what you said you agreed with him's comment, Eric KC. How about this? How freaking efficient is he? That's the most important.
Incredible, dude. He never he got a little bit heat checky. Like you want to bump me against Rutgers, where I thought he took some shots that were a little bit kind of not normally Keaton, and I was fine with that. Like when he did that shoulder roll, it was after that guy bumped him.
That's because them Rutgers dudes, those New York street ballers, were talking shit, and he was like, "Okay," and they were nudging him. Yeah, he was like, "Look, little man, know your place," and he was backing him down. He got the and one. Yeah, so I like that about him. He's stoic, right? You don't ever see his face change. You know, he's a silent assassin, dude. I think Katon Waggler, silent assassin, would be the best name he could get. But you know what? I'm thinking maybe that's right. Everybody can just keep not talking about him. And if they do talk about him, we know he was under-recruited from everybody. We know, okay? Like, yes, only Illinois and Minnesota offered him. Get a new narrative here. Let's just talk about Keaton Waggler being a baller, dude, and being
hey. We can also take that advice and look at what's coming up this next week and the job that Nico Medved has done at Minnesota. Maybe that's a sign that Nico Medved knows. Well, I don't know if it was Ben Johnson.
It was Ben Johnson.
Okay, all right. But I think Nico's doing a hell of a job in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're going to win. They're going to be a good basketball.
Yeah, they're going to be an NCAA tournament team probably consistently with him there.
Yeah, in the next 2 to 3 years, I agree.
This year they're going to be a team that's probably going to make the NIT.
They're going to be they're a babyface assassin. I love that. They're going to be a team that if you play them in Minneapolis, you strap up, bro. It ain't like hey, by the way, Penn State gave Michigan all they wanted, gave Purdue all they wanted. Yeah.
Look, Illinois
better and better.
Illinois' 8-point win, who, by the way, they were up 15 most of the game.
Yeah.
That win against Penn State, you're like, Michigan struggled against them. Purdue couldn't put them away, and West Lafayette. Like, that tells you something. You know?
Yeah, they were scoring at will against Purdue. They shot the lights out from 3 against Purdue.
Yeah. And guess what, though?
Purdue's got some defensive problems. That's going to be an interesting game in a couple of
weeks. And that's not an automatic loss like a lot of times we think when we go to Purdue lately. It's been like we get blown out or whatever. But Michigan went down to Wisconsin, too. Michigan hasn't looked so invincible of late. You know?
No, I mean, like I said, Penn State gave them a game. Wisconsin beat them. I figured that the shine had to come off eventually. Like, they're just where things are going on there. I think they can be – like the amount of points they gave up to Wisconsin kind of blew my mind because when they get locked in defensively, they just like they did that against Penn State at the end of the game. And I mean, pulled out a 1-point win on the road or whatever, but 2-point win, 74-72. I don't know. I mean, I think Illinois has matchup problems to give Purdue and Michigan games. So we'll see how it goes.
Iowa got job. Oh my God.
And Minnesota?
Yeah, maybe in Minnesota. You're right. Yeah. But they also missed 2 wide open threes in the last 10 seconds. But, you know. No. So anyway, it's first show for
champagne toast. Who's your champagne toast for this one?
So my champagne toast for today. So there's a couple to go, but I will give it to David Mirkovic today because his his rebounding, in moments, his, great passing the ball too, by the way. Had some really good passes today, but also taking the load off a little bit when they needed him to bring the ball up the court. He brought the ball up the court. He did everything today. So mine's to David Mirkovic.
And mine's Kylin Boswell. I thought what Kylin did was just awesome. So it's awesome. So let's Kylin Boswell. And by the way, $10 Tommy, I shouldn't shout you out just being a troll, but what's Dusty done against Brad so far in his career?
Who's he talking about? Dusty
May.
Dusty May. Yeah. What is he? 0-2.
Yep.
That's right. Florida Atlantic, right? The Final Four group lost in New York City, and then that's right. They went to.
And we beat the brakes off of them last year in Ann Arbor.
The brakes off of them last year in Ann Arbor. That's right. I remember.
Kylin Boswell put Danny Wolf in a blender just made Danny Wolf cry to his mama.
By the way, if $10 Tommy is a Michigan fan, which I don't know if he is, he's just
a hater.
Yeah, well, ask Michigan fans what their record is against Brad Underwood. Newsflash, it ain't good.
And it's only one game, and it's at our house, and that place is going to be loud.
Yeah, it's gonna be rocking. We're gonna get to the football stuff. In Illinois, yes, Sean Garner. Illinois beat Purdue one time in the last 2 years. Actually, they beat them once in the last 6 years. The last time Illinois beat Purdue, besides last year with KJ, was the COVID
sophomore year or freshman year, maybe.
COVID year. Yeah. I remember IO beat them when it was nobody was in the stands at home. So anyway, I think Illinois basketball gets bored swatting at flies. We gave our champagne toast. Let's preview Northwestern now. So Illinois sits at 13-3, 4-1 in the Big Ten. Their net's probably going to move up a little bit. Probably it's a quad 1A win, by the way.
Yep. By
6. They're at 10 right now. I bet you they'll be at 8 or 9 tomorrow in the net. Ken Palm has them at 7, Kevin.
Yep.
Illinois is looking, some people, Evan Maya.
Torvik's got us the best team in the country since December 1st or something like that.
What's up, Jason? You can drop some of your football info if you want on here. We can chat.
Absolutely.
But Evan Maya says Illinois looks like a 3 seed right now, which I would agree. That means they're a top 8 to 12 team in the country. I don't think they can get to a 1 seed probably, with Arizona and Iowa State.
They absolutely could get to a 1 seed, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to win the conference and go 16-4 in conference play.
Yeah, they're going to have to. So beating Purdue and Purdue, you're correct. Go to Purdue and beat Purdue. Beat Michigan at home. And you can't lose any game quad 3 or quad 4 games.
Yeah, you can't lose in Evanston, which we found a way to do a few times the past couple of years. And I don't think this Northwestern team's nearly as good as it was last year.
They're not. So
they lost to Rutgers today.
Yeah, they did. They gave Michigan a game in East Lansing. Oh yeah, in Illinois, you take care of business in East Lansing. That'll help. Yeah. Which, by the way, they may lose to them there, but I'm not that high on that team this year.
I hate Michigan State. I hate this team for Michigan State as much as I think I've hated any team ever. I don't know what that team just rubs me wrong. Hate. I hate Jeremy Fears. I cannot stand Jeremy Fears.
What you talking about the situation with him and his dad and all that, or what? Just him and Jim?
I mean everything. The way he plays basketball, the little bullshit he pulls on the court. He's just a punk, man.
And I want to make this clear, and I have said this, and I don't care. I'll tweet it again. Brad Underwood passed on Jeremy Fears. So
he doesn't want a guard who can't shoot.
So Jeremy Fears committed to the staff, but they didn't want it.
We don't need any more Jalen Tates or T. John Lucases.
Yeah, so I want everybody to make sure that if you think that ain't the truth, it is the truth. And Jeremiah Fears was coming because Jeremiah Fears is just better.
Yeah,
twice the player his brother is. So let's Illinois takes on Northwestern this Wednesday night at 7:30. I think it's on Big Ten Network.
Yeah.
So Northwestern lost tonight in overtime to here's what's funny. A game Rutgers team, but Illinois took quick work of them. Everybody else is kind of struggling with them. Ohio State only beat them by 7. Oregon lost to them.
Ohio State went on beat Oregon. Oregon's on the struggle bus, baby.
Yeah, Oregon is not a good team. They don't have Jackson Shellstead at all. So Illinois heads to Evanston Wednesday night. This is an 0-5 Northwestern team who's basically they are just Nick Martinelli. That's it. Even if Nick Martinelli gives you 40 like he did tonight, they're not going to win the game.
He dropped 40 on it tonight.
I think he had 40. I think it was maybe 38. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, close. But they have a lot of issues. They don't have really much outside shooting. They have one big this year. I think it's Hall is his name. He gets in foul trouble a lot, and they're just young. It's probably one of Chris Collins' worst Northwestern teams. But that doesn't mean they won't, show up and, give Illinois a game. They blew leads at home to Minnesota and Ohio State earlier in the year. I watched those games. And, I mean, they blew leads in the second half, like the final 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
They were up 8 on Ohio State in the last 6 minutes, and they blew that. And then they were up like 6 on Minnesota in the last 5 minutes, and they blew that. So, again, it's a team in Evanston that they will play better, but this is a game I expect Illinois to win by 15.
Yeah. Arrington Page, good player, long.
Jaden Reed, I think, is a kid.
Yeah, he's decent. Yeah. He's a transfer, if I recall correctly.
Yes, he is.
Transfer from USF. But you're right. I mean, it is Martinelli and nothing else. And it'll be interesting to see, can David Mirkovic slow him down? I mean, they're kind of similar. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I think David Mirkovic, if he went and played 4 years at Northwestern, could probably lead Northwestern, lead the conference in scoring by the time he's a 5th-year senior. But we'll see.
We're gonna talk football here in a moment. I'm not concerned about football. I think while there is pieces that I might be a little more concerned with pieces of the team, not how the team is going to move forward or how the program is, because this recruiting class was great. And you might see a couple freshmen starting, but we'll get to that. So that's what's heading with Illinois. I think they're trending in the right direction. If Illinois takes care of business, 16-3, 7-1 in the Big Ten, heading to Purdue in about 13 days. So that's going to set up a top 10 matchup probably. I'm expecting Illinois to be like 12 tomorrow in the new AP poll. Enough teams like Texas Tech lost at Houston. Alabama lost at home to Texas.
Louisville lost to Duke this week.
Yeah, there was one or two others that lost inside the top 10. And Illinois being that damn impressive could move them up a little bit more than that. So I think 12 or 13 tomorrow in the AP poll. Now, briefly, let's move on. Everybody's been asking and talking about it. We'll start with you, Kevin. Are you concerned about what's going on with the Illinois defense in the transfer portal?
100%.
Okay.
100%. You have a guy like Tomislav Ivišić, who was a solid starter on this team. Got some all Big Ten votes. I think he was honorable mention. And he goes in the transfer portal, and Brett said that. Jeremiah Warren, solid. That was a little bit of a surprise, not terribly. He ended up in a lower school, if I recall correctly. But Angelo McCullum is going to Texas A&M. It
just to show you he's going to make some money though if he's going there.
Right, and it also shows he was a pretty damn good player. I don't know why or what's happening. I'm biased, of course, because of my friendship with Aaron Henry, and people are like, he's leaving. They're leaving because of Aaron Henry. And here's the thing, guys. I don't think that defensive linemen at this level have any freaking clue about defensive schemes and play calls and what's working and what's not. I just don't. I frankly, I don't. I think they build it on relationships. And I would tell you that Aaron builds really good relationships with guys. I'm not quite sure what it is. So It just stinks, man. There's Eli Coonley, like it's. I mean, we lost a lot there, and we haven't got a lot back. Got the kid from Washington State. He's a freshman. Got the guy from Penn. Like, we got a kid from Marshall on campus, I think. Like, there's just
the North Texas kid. I think they got to land him. That'd be big.
The North Texas kid, yeah. So it's like it's down to like Isaiah White and who's the other, like some of the other guys, like
Pat Farrell.
Yeah, Pat Farrell, of course.
Yeah,
I'm talking about guys who are going to have to step up.
Yeah.
Who's
Cam Brooks, I think, is one.
Yeah, Cam Brooks. Yep, for sure. Those are guys who are going to have to step up. And maybe King Liggins ends up playing.
Yeah, they did say
maybe Tony Balajonte moves over to the other side. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's concerning that many people were that disgruntled about their position group, and that's the problem for me. And you know what? I hope Aaron Henry's a great guy, so I hope that right now he's taking a step back and thinking, what is the why were so many guys unhappy? Like
right.
You can feel like you're doing a great job and be a great man, a great husband, a great father, but in your job, you can say, maybe I'm not doing something. Because
I do think when maybe some of the guys, they think they see themselves as a 4-3 defensive end. There could be that. That could be real.
Schematic. I was told schematics has something to do with it. Yeah. Because remember, Jamison is a great coach. Guys love him. McCollum, remember, in McCollum's little note before he left A&M, he only thanked Jamison, by the way.
Okay.
He focused on Jamison, nobody else from the staff. He said, and I really appreciate my relationship with and growth as a player from Coach Jamison.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say anything about Brett Bielema or Aaron Henry.
Yeah.
So I think to a degree, Aaron Henry is a defensive. Why are so many guys from my defense leaving? And these were some of them is money. Some is unhappy with their playing time. And some don't like the scheme. And I think that's the bottom line. But they will get players. And they can't just settle for any Tom, Dick, and Harry because they have to fill the bodies. Otherwise, I'd be out there. So they're gonna get players who can play. They have to fit the scheme though. So they're still
I know this is the one transfer portal, but there will be grad transfers too. So
yeah,
I mean there will be some of that. I think that's where Illinois is going to have to invest heavily, is potentially in some grad transfers after the end of the year.
I am expecting one or two of these defensive linemen that haven't committed yet. I know the Donta kid from Miami went to Missouri. That was kind of disheartening to see because it's like you're bringing all these dudes in. So the Durajai one is the one besides McCollum that's so baffling because they knew they were going to start next year.
Right.
And McCollum is for money. I don't believe for a second Durajai wanted to go to South Carolina because they're such a better program where he's going to play more. South Carolina was a shit fest this year. So
it's 5 schools in 5 years too. Sometimes people just get bored places and want to move. So
yeah. And Malik Elzy going to LSU, that doesn't phase. I'm not worried about that at all. So
I'm not gonna see the field.
Yeah, he went there because of George McDonald as well. Yeah. So but as a program as a whole, I'm not concerned. One thing I do know for next year, they're still working on trying to get Xavier Scott to come back, and I think that'll help big time. Yes, you want to control the line of scrimmage, but let's just keep it real here. Illinois' defensive line never controlled the line of scrimmage at all this year, okay? And Illinois still won 9 games, okay? Can Illinois still have a successful year next year if their defensive line is a weakness? Yes. Can their secondary be better to help that's a situation to a degree? Yes. Xavier Scott coming back, having Clark back, having Matt Bailey back, getting some of these young guys. There's some studs with some speeds and Scott, Tywan Cox. Because let me tell you what, I think this Illinois offense could be better than it was next year. You're looking at some of these wide receivers they're adding. The stud from Florida International, 6'6", 200 pounds. It looks like the returner extraordinaire from Florida Atlantic.
FAU, absolutely flat. Yeah,
he makes dynamic catches, and then you still have a guy like Braden Trimble, who we haven't even got to see his greatness yet. I've heard nothing but good, but amazing things about him behind the scenes. And then you still have Hudson
Speaking
Clement.
of which, our boy Malik Turner got in the 49er game today.
Okay. So congrats, Malik Turner, for advancing to the divisional round.
Yeah, he did drop a pass, but that's all right.
J-Mo has interviewed for multiple jobs. JoJo and Kurt Neal. Dude, Kurt Neal is just a kind of a sourpuss because he left Wisconsin because he didn't feel respected, even though he played quite a bit. And then he came to Illinois, and a guy like McCollum beat him out. And then McCollum was leaving, and you think, oh, well, Neal would stay then. No, I want to leave and go somewhere else because I'm mad. I didn't get to play as much. So he thinks he's going to go play more at Purdue. JoJo has a connection to Kevin Kane, who came back to Purdue.
Yeah.
There's connections to some of this stuff. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Western Kentucky Outlaws. Like, I don't think Katon Hauser is Luke Altmaier, and I honestly don't think you're gonna lose a lot of that moxie and that ability to the fourth quarter comeback stuff. But the deep threat is going to be huge. Like this kid is freaking legit, man. I'm telling you, man.
He's good. He's good. That's the thing is everybody. He doesn't have to be Luke Altmaier, but there are things he might do a little bit better than Luke Altmaier too.
There was he was rated by One Service the number one quarterback transfer in the entire portal,
dude,
above Hoover, above the kid from Cincinnati, that Sorsby, above all those guys.
He's a gamer, dude. He's a winner. He's a gamer. He does have some moxie. He's a hell of a competitor too. And I'm telling you, he's a gunslinger in the degree. Like, what was it? I know that other people have interviewed East Carolina, coverage people, but there's a couple people that I know who do East Carolina podcasts, and they were just like, he's going to throw a ball, one or two, that you might have said, damn, he probably shouldn't have thrown that. But he's also going to fit a couple in that you're like, no fucking way did he fit that in there.
Right. And his deep ball accuracy is insanely good. So,
yeah. And I think that's why they're wanting to open it up a little bit more. I think Barry Lundy's excited about that.
Yeah. We did not do that very much this year. We did not go deep very often effectively, even though I think Luke can do it. And I think I think that's the reason why you get the guy from FIU and FAU. I think both those guys are guys who can stretch you vertically. If you can get stretched vertically, you can leave the safeties a little bit further out of the box. It can open up the run game. I'm really confident with where the offensive line is at. I think the offensive line might be better.
Didn't Bielema say this was the best situation he's had depth-wise of his O-line? I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's not saying that about his D-line.
No.
I hope Isaiah White and Cameron Brooks are everything they're supposed to be, man, because that'd be great. So.
Yeah. So, and then you think about this. So I've been here. All three running backs still there.
Yep.
You're going to have a great group of backs, a good O-line. I'm telling you.
And here's another thing, and I know people are a little bit worried about tight end, and I get it. Go there's film out there on Christian Abney as a high school quarterback, and watch the way that he runs. He took the second most snaps at tight end this year because he can block. And in my opinion, he is a much better run after the catch tight end than Tanner Arkin. I don't know about hands. He's a much better run after the catch guy than Tanner Arkin. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah. So. I think too that someone said something to me that, Jordan Anderson may get a little bit bigger role there. And
yeah, as he should.
And Fagan, halfback, tight end type stuff.
Little H-back stuff. Dude, it's so weird that you have a 6'4", 255-pound running back that you have to get him on the edge. It's not really a plow him up the middle guy. And it's funny, as I was watching some NFL today, it's like Connor McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley are good-sized lads, but they're not power backs. But they do the things that Khalil Valentine does. They make just a little guy miss, and they sliver into a hole, and they get 3 to 4 yards up the middle. That's something that he just doesn't do a good job with. So
that's a good one. I'll post Jason's comment on here, and I'll read that for anybody who's listening on Spotify or Apple. Even going back to UTSA days of Barry Lundy Jr., he is not known to use his tight ends as much as some of the other guys want, which could be true. I also was texting here with some sources I've had that said that a guy like McCollum was offered by another Big Ten school 3 times higher than what Illinois offered to retain him. And Illinois is just not offering as much to some of these kids to stay. And I mean, can you blame them if Illinois is offering $250,000 to stay and Texas A&M's like
$750,000?
Yeah, we'll give you $800,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, go watch Landman. That oil money's real.
Yeah, so Illinois folk, the money has to. I know Bielema says they use the money to retain their players first. So let's hope that happens. Yep. We know they got the staff to develop guys, but to me, I think it looks like they were focusing more on the offense right now. Yep. So but maybe Aaron Henry will get tired of that at some point. Where it's like I can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. So it is.
Literally maybe they've got guys that they know that are graduating in May and have to wait for them to get their graduate transfer on. Like that's the only thing I could think of. That would be a great fit, like because they need guys to be bridges. Because Cam Brooks and Isaiah White are thought really highly of. They really like King Liggins. There's some other guys. Yep. They need some bridge the gap guys. Maybe some guys to just come in and just be solid, man.
Yep. And so I trust Bielema with the program. That's the biggest point. Yeah. And I trust Whitman, who is, trust me, if you don't think Whitman's heavily involved in the football program, he knows what their needs are. So I trust them to do the right thing. And remember, this next year to me isn't about can we get to 9 wins again. It's got to make a bowl game. You can't lose momentum of the program. You can't have another, we missed the bowl game this year. If you're at 7-8 wins, that's acceptable.
Yep.
All right. So with that said,
you know what we need, man? We need like an Austin Tietzma for 1 year to come in and just remember him? 44.
the big jolly.
I freaking loved that guy. He was like my favorite player.
He was always laughing and smiling. It didn't matter.
And his face mask was in his helmet was just always just destroyed. That's like the last dude you'd ever want to get in a tussle with at a bar fight.
Oh my God, yeah. You could probably
like from Gibson City. No, he was like from Ivory. I love that guy.
Yeah, so we'll see what Matt Stevens knows, because usually he's the last on the poll of who knows what. And I don't, no disrespect, but we'll see. So we'll get to final thoughts here. Kev, I'll let you start here. Plenty of things going on, plenty to talk about. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no, it's hold on one second. I want to do something real quick here.
What you doing?
I'm gonna try and add something here for the folks who are watching. Here we go.
Yeah, because you can add stuff to this. That's cool. I sometimes wish you would add some more stuff.
Austin Tietzma.
Big Austin Tietzma. I do remember him. He never really got pressure. He was just this big guy that took up two guys to stop him usually.
Number 44. I love that guy.
You gotta show
no, hey, listen.
Yeah.
I know this season for this team right here, and I know there's some NFL fans here. I know it's a little bit of fool's gold, and they're way ahead of schedule, but you're in the Elite Eight of the NFL playoffs, and I don't care what anybody says. That throw that Caleb Williams made
with no feet on the ground
on 4th and 8 is one of the most unbelievable plays I've ever seen. And the biggest thing that you need as a professional football organization is a good GM, a good head coach, and a good quarterback. And it appears for the first time in a very, very long time, as an Illinois fan, as a Bears fan, that they have all three. And I'm super excited about it. And it's really, really cool. And I think most Bears fans, if you ask them the heart of hearts, do they expect to beat the Rams? No. I think if you ask most Bears fans, do we expect to beat the Packers? They'd say no. It was a great season. We know we won some games like 25-24 and a couple games back-to-back against like the Raiders, and I forgot who else we beat 25-24. Maybe it might have been the Commanders. Those end up being bad teams. It doesn't matter. You find ways to win in the NFL, and you win in advance. 49ers shouldn't have beat the Eagles today, and they did. You win in advance, and I'm just enjoying the ride as a Bears fan because it's the first time I've seen my team win a playoff game since 2010. And I'm hoping maybe they can win one more, and I'm the biggest 49ers fan in the world if they can win one more. So,
yeah, exactly. The NFC title game in Chicago? Is that the type of thing you'd go get tickets to, Kev?
Nope.
Okay.
If Illinois was doing what Indiana was doing, yes. So
yeah, okay.
It's weird. I grew up my entire life going to college football games and watching NFL games on TV. I've been to a few NFL games.
It's just not the same as a college game?
It's not the same. It's not the same for me. And I've had people who are pro fans who have gone to pro games their whole life and taken them to college games, and they say the same thing. I'm a college football fan. My heart, it's who I am. It's who I grew up, what I grew up loving. Like if I was an Indiana fan, you better believe I was at Buffalo Wild Wings with my buddy Steve, his dad Ken. His dad Ken is 87 years old. The last time the Bears beat the Packers in the playoff, Ken was 3 years old, and he grew up on the south side of Chicago. Right, went to South Side Chicago high schools, and it was really cool to watch the game with him. And so I forgot where I was going with this, but. We were looking at ticket prices for the Indiana game. He's like, could you believe it's $4,000 to get in the door? I said, if Illinois is playing, I'd pay that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nate, I did too. And it was kind of cool is I was at the Packers game when Brett Favre, like the first play of the game, got pressure, scrambled, rolled right, rolled left, found Donald Driver, 85-yard touchdown, first play of the game. Like I'm so used to the Packers just breaking our hearts. They've done it so many times. At least this is our turn. So. It's kind of cool to have the rivalry actually mean something. It's been like it's not happened in my lifetime. Let's just be real here. It really hasn't happened because the only time it's ever really happened, Monday night game, exactly. The only time it's ever really happened were those Bears teams with Urlacher where they got good and the Packers were still good, but the Packers were kind of like in between phasing out Favre and phasing in Rodgers. And so it was just weird. Love you too, Joe.
We love you, Big Joe.
So when I was a kid in the 80s, the Bears owned the Packers. The Packers were terrible. And then Brett Favre comes in early 90s, and that's about the time the Bears fell off. And then so you had that run of Favre. And then the Bears had the brief run with Lovey and Urlacher and Lance Briggs and some Cutler in there and whatever and whatnot, where the Bears were pretty competitive, but they still weren't really that good. Like this is the first time where it's like it feels like it's evolving into real rivalry. That's the youngest football team in the NFL in Green Bay. Like they're not going anywhere. And I don't think the Bears are going anywhere either. The Bears offense is completely under control. They're going to draft the shit out of defense. So it's going to be fun for a while.
Okay. Caleb Williams, Kyle Monangai, Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, Roma Dunze. How old are those guys?
Yeah, exactly. 21,
They're
22, 23 years old.
They're young. And think about this. Getting the Bears defense just a little bit better, dude. How scary is that?
Right, Ryan, were you like me when the Bears drafted Kyle Monangai? A lot of Bears fans were pissed, and I'm like, I remember watching him at Rutgers, and I'm like, that's an NFL running back, dude. I'm like, nobody tackled him one-on-one. Nobody.
You watch Keepin It Orange and Blue, Kev, you know, me and you talked about this. We said Kyle Monangai is a great damn pick at 7 in the 7th round. That's a steal.
100%.
Kyle Monangai took every Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State team. It took 2 guys to bring him down every play. I'm telling you, Kyle Monangai was tough. And I'm telling you what, it was a hell of a pick. Yep. So, and like, I would have loved the Cowboys to do something. Cowboys needed a legit runner while Jamar, Williams or whatever.
Javonte Williams. I love Javonte Williams.
Great guy. But who you got guy with him? You got a guy on the practice squad as the Cowboys backup. So
he played pretty well.
Yeah. Well,
Malik Davis, right?
He's okay. He's not Kyle Monangai, I can tell you that. No. So anyway, I'm happy. I'm so happy for all my Bears fan friends. As a Cowboys fan, though, just think about this. I'm not a hater, salty. I love it when the Bears succeed because I see happiness in all my friends. And I don't hate in the Bears-Cowboys play. If the Bears won like they did this year, I'm not salty about it. It's okay. But I feel your pain too now. You think about this.
Yeah.
The Jaguars have been to more title games than the Cowboys have since '96. So I know how it feels to lose in the playoffs. So now my final thought. What a damn weekend for Illini fans. But Illini women won today, 92-76 at Penn State. So they're 14-3 and 4-2 in the toughest conference in the women's basketball. The toughest Big Ten women's basketball, the toughest conference. Yeah. What was on my bingo card to not happen today on the show would be Kevin's final thoughts and a bunch of Austin Tietzma in the background. By the way, we got to find his social media and tag
Dude, Riley loves him. Like O'Toole loves Austin. I would love to get Austin Tietzma on the show.
Dude,
I love that guy.
Dude,
nothing recruit, just played his ass off, man.
That's right. So getting back on track here. So my final thought was this. Just how well things are going, with the Illini basketball programs, the football program, even with the portal issue. But Brad Underwood, right? So I saw someone tweeted it today, and since 2020, the last 6 seasons, Illinois has the most road Big Ten victories in the league with today's road win, and also are tied with Purdue with 85 Big Ten wins. So just remember, man, all the people that want to rip on Underwood, and if you're out there still, I hope that they're few and far between, because at the end of the day, it's about winning. It's not about adjustments, right? So we can talk about adjustments all day, baby. But what's that saying? Just win, baby? Well,
just win, baby.
Well, in the Big Ten, nobody has won more than Brad Underwood and Matt Painter. So I'll leave you with that. Illinois 13-3, heading to Evanston Wednesday night. Kev, you got anything else to add before we go?
Handle business. Go 2-0 this week. You got Northwestern, then got Minnesota. Sets us up for a Maryland Purdue, where we can talk about this on the show next week. We can get to that 16-3. I honestly thought that this game today was going to be the toughest roadblock there.
Yep.
Northwestern's been a house of horrors for us. I think this team's got so much composure and poise that we should be all right. It's shaping up like Illinois could have a phenomenal record. The net, the analytics, Evan Maikawa, Torvik love us. We keep on that pace. We get some improvement from Tommy. I think this team could end up being a 2 seed.
Yeah.
And possibly, I don't know if we get that Chicago, St. Louis, Indianapolis run.
Purdue gets it, or Michigan or something.
Michigan. But I certainly wouldn't mind if they came to Oklahoma City. So,
hey, I love it. Illinois is on pace for a big year. As I said, I'm still saying Illinois gets the Final Four this year, and I still feel that way. So
matchups will matter. Matchups matter.
With that said, we'll see you next week.
Brian and Kevin, they're spitting the truth. Keeping it real, keeping it orange and blue.
I got a better than that.
Nobody.
Hey, look at us. See ya.
Brian and Kevin, they're spitting the truth. Keeping it real, keeping it orange and blue. Talking recruit, who's next in line? Line our pride, it's about that time. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post-game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue. From the court to the field, every play, every step. Debating the cause where the game is at. Who's rising, who's falling, who's making the cut. Line 9 for life, never stuck in the rut. Okay, recruiting buzzer got the inside line. Post-game chatter, they're always on time. Breaking it down, they're the voices you trust. Orange and blue, yeah, they repping for us. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post-game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. So tune in, lean back, let the wisdom flow. Ryan and Kevin with the knowledge they throw. Line 9 Nation, this one's for you. Forever proud, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. Orange and blue,